Few countries spark as much curiosity as Japan. It's not just about the look of the temples, the neon-soaked neighborhoods, or ceremonies that have lasted for centuries. What stands out is how a set of customs shapes daily life and gives the everyday its own rhythm. That's the world, made of habits, social rules, and individual choices, that we're going to explore in our videos, always with a clear look at how people really live. At work, for example, the bar is high. Commitment and discipline carry long hours, ambitious goals, and a culture of punctuality that rarely slips. Being in the office regularly is still seen as a sign of respect for the team and the company. That logic, in turn, spills over into personal life. Many young people only consider more serious relationships after finishing college, when they feel they've shown academic maturity and career focus. Before we keep going, click subscribe and turn on the bell. This helps YouTube see the content as relevant and show it to more people. At home, traditions still matter. In many families, it's common for parents to introduce potential partners to their kids, a bridge between family networks and social expectations. For women, there's still pressure to marry at the right time, often before 27. In the 1990s, a pejorative label caught on for those who passed that age without marrying, fueled by the rise in single women over 25. The term itself says a lot about how central marriage and family are in the collective imagination, and about how social norms can shape relationship paths. In the next chapters, we'll peel back these layers and see how they change from generation to generation. When people talk about Japan, the country's culture threads past and present with the same stitch. Over thousands of years, a way of living took shape that values excellence and care in every gesture. Etiquette isn't a detail. It's the foundation of relationships. There are rules for greeting, offering something, moving through events, sharing meals, and toasting. This social script organizes how people interact and gives confidence to everyone involved. Clothing follows the same logic. For formal occasions, the kimono signals respect and belonging. Day-to-day, Western clothes dominate, but the focus on cleanliness and order remains. It's not about showing off. It's about showing consideration for others. At the same time, another current has gained traction among young people: kawaii culture, cute in the sense of lightness and affection. Born in the 1970s and 80s, it became a language of self-expression and a way to ease school and work pressures. It shows up in how people dress, in colors, in speech, and in behavior, adding sweetness where routine demands performance. This mosaic exists alongside a growing challenge. The country has one of the lowest birth rates in the world. The population is aging fast, pressuring the sustainability of the workforce, shifting consumption, reshaping families, and calling for new policies. The result is a culture firm in its traditions that still needs to adapt rights, spaces, and expectations. How that balance holds in the daily life of cities and companies is the question guiding the next stage. If you walk the streets of Japan, you quickly see how kawaii has spilled from screens into everyday life. Cafes and shops lean into it with eye-catching windows and mascots, and it's not unusual to see promoters in anime-inspired outfits inviting people in. This light vibe, though, sits alongside another hallmark of the country: the way people communicate. Interrupting someone is seen as bad manners, and that simple rule says a lot about the pursuit of harmony in relationships. Before we keep going, click subscribe and turn on the bell. This helps YouTube see the content as relevant and show it to more people. Day-to-day, speech tends to be indirect. Words are chosen to protect the other person and keep the environment balanced. Formulas of respect and humility show up all the time, from the office to the convenience store counter. In public spaces, etiquette calls for a low voice. On trains, especially at rush hour, talking loudly draws negative attention because it breaks the rest of people squeezed between one commitment and the next. Short messages, earbuds, and silence share the car with the hurry. There's also ojigi, the bow. The gesture can be just a slight tilt of the head or a deeper bow, depending on the occasion and hierarchy. It's used to greet, thank, apologize, or wrap up a conversation with poise. Notice how, together, these codes, from kawaii that attracts and brings people closer to the etiquette that guides words and body, help decode a country tuned to details. And there are still layers that explain why all this works so well. On the eastern edge of Asia, Japan is a stage where tradition and the cutting edge perform side by side. In an archipelago that's mostly mountainous, about 70% of the land, Mount Fuji stands out as a reference point, a dormant volcano 3,776 meters high that guides maps, art, and routes. Between peaks and valleys, the country alternates with fertile plains and rivers that cut through urban centers. On the Kanto Plain, Tokyo hums with density. In Kansai, Kyoto, Osaka, and Nara show hills and gardens that tell history in silence. That geography isn't just scenery, it shapes rhythms and everyday choices. In daily life, one simple gesture says a lot. Taking off your shoes when you come in. Leaving your shoes at the door creates a boundary between what's outside and the intimate space. Dust and hurry stay out there. Inside, the home stays clean and ready to welcome. It's a brief ritual that communicates respect and care without a word. And at the table, culture shows up in the flavor. Food takes center stage and is valued for its mix of simplicity and health. Dishes prioritize cooked ingredients, precise cuts, and balanced portions. And green tea often comes with them. More than a menu, it's a philosophy. Eat well to live well, blending tradition, attention to the body, and balance. So from the terrain to routines, from the doorway to the steaming bowl, everything connects and sets the stage for the next chapter. Before we keep going, click subscribe and turn on the bell. This helps YouTube see the content as relevant and show it to more people. Japan's story starts with the ground under its feet, an archipelago shaped by volcanoes and shifting plates. From that force come the onsen, hot springs that bubble up from the mountains and become a pause in the urban rhythm. There, locals and travelers soak to ease the body and quiet the mind, in a practice that blends self-care and respect for the landscape. From the bath, the journey moves to the table. Eating in Japan goes beyond flavor, it's gesture and attention. Using chopsticks takes coordination, but also etiquette. Don't stick them upright in rice. Don't pass food from chopsticks to chopsticks. Say thanks before and after. Each rule supports a simple idea: a meal is a shared moment. This eye for detail also shows up in technology. Tap to pay, subways that show real-time crowding, apartments with automation that adjusts light and temperature. The future fits into daily life without making a fuss. And when it comes to getting around, the country puts that philosophy on rails. The Shinkansen crosses long distances with clockwork precision. Braking systems track every change. Sensors detect tremors and slow things down in seconds. Inside the cars, comfort is planned. Roomy seats, quiet, power outlets, classes that go from basic to private cabins, and on some routes, onboard service that becomes part of the trip. Beyond mastering transportation, Japan also leads in robotics. In car factories, hospitals, and care centers, robots take on repetitive, precise, and increasingly collaborative tasks. The best-known standout is Asimo from Honda. It walks, runs, does small jumps, picks up objects, opens doors, delivers items, and it even recognizes faces, voices, and gestures to respond in context. That's why it often appears at fairs and demonstrations, as a showcase of what Japanese engineering has achieved. The main point here isn't the spectacle, but practical use. Technology applied to improve services and expand autonomy. Which of these advances stands out to you the most? Tell us in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.